Okay, set, play, come on.
Today, you're playing like as if you're first time you're playing together. Yeah, I think you are concentrating on the opponents. Don't concentrate on the opponent, concentrate on our team. You cannot control what they are playing. We can control what we're playing. Don't think how good they are. We are good. We are playing as a team. Play that way.
Whatever the score is, whether winning or losing, the mentality is 0-0. Whatever it is, winning or losing, mentality is 0-0. Just play our game, okay?
Let me win.
Let me win.
But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Let me be brave in the attempt.
1, 2, 3.
Mantap!
This is the values that we instill to our players in every game, to give their best, to not to be afraid. Even though they are bigger, taller, faster or much better players, make sure that they remember you as somebody who have given them a good fight.
And it's a goal. Pungmeng.
Football is something that is close to my family. My father brought us to the stadium to watch the games, the old Malaysia Cup days, the 1970s, Dola Kasim, Kwakim Song, and to be in a packed stadium where the crowd would bring their balloons, all sorts of cheers and banners in those days. But it's just the culture and it's just the kampong spirit, I guess if you can call it, of the Kalang Raw, of the atmosphere. And because I represented the country when I was young, I was on the other end. I was in the field when the crowd was cheering us. Football connects a lot of people. That's something that I enjoy about in football.
We were idolizing Fandi Ahmad, Steven Tan, Sundramuthi. So back then, as a kid, I want to be like them. And I've been playing football since primary school, take part in all kind of competition. The time when I went through divorce, I had to go through depression. So I was really down. I have low self-esteem, low self-confidence. I do not know what to do. I felt myself like there's no purpose of life. I don't want. That's the end. So my good friends started the idea of, hey, why not you just continue play football? You like playing football, right? So let's play football. And then from there, I managed to get back myself and move on from there. So actually football saved my life during those difficult times.
I will do the developmental training, the basic warm-ups and so on. So that will take about maybe an hour or so. And then Ardi or Yuchi will take over the drills, which is for competition and tactical play, that kind of stuff. So before the warm-up just now, we were talking about who will do what and stuff, right?
I will build on from what he's training and then he will know what my training is. As you can see, we don't really talk much, but we understand what is going through.
Yeah, let's go. Start on the same foot, pass with the same foot. Make sure you lock your ankles, it's important, lock your ankles. And one touch now, let's go, one touch! I do better as a developmental coach. I like training people in the basic skills and so on. And I find that the fundamental skills are very important. If you can't do the fundamental skills, you will find difficulty doing the bigger skills and finding that. So I guess my philosophy would be, if you can play, you must play the basics well. If you can't do the simple, don't expect to do the difficult. Not just in skills, in conduct, in mannerisms, in courtesy, in dressing. When they bring their boots and attire, you make sure you clean your shoes, you come in a clean attire. You go back, you have a dry shirt to wear home. If they can't do that properly, then it's difficult to see them living independently, I think. So that's another thing that I've learned.
Good, how are you? Good. Wonderful. Pass the ball. Okay, turn. Don't stop the ball there. I think one of the reasons why I can connect very well with them is because of my past experience. I know how it feels to be at the low side. So I will definitely show them how we can overcome it, and then, okay, never mind, let's play football, forget about one, feel good. After that, once they feel better, then you can see they have a more positive thinking and move forward from there.
Coaching to me is not just about making them the best player, but being able to see bringing the best out of them. Whether is it on the pitch or off the pitch. Making them believe that they can do it. Unlocking their potentials. The rapport that you have with the athletes, it is something that I cannot get anywhere. You are like somebody they look up to. I know where they come from, what are the challenges they go through, but through sports and football, it actually gives them a sense of confidence, a sense of purpose. It doesn't matter it's a volunteer job, I think that it is something that is from my heart.
Tough times. There were occasions where there were more coaches than athletes coming by. There were 3 and then 2 athletes turn up, and then we wait and wait. And how do you train 2 athletes with 4 coaches? It's like almost pointless. And so I was thinking, why am I coming? Yeah. So there were occasions I thought, yeah, let's stop. This is not going anywhere. There were occasions that we had to run around Singapore just to look for a training venue. When I started, it was really something which I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I was going to be coaching, but I didn't know I was getting into. I must say, I didn't know very much about intellectual disabilities. And so I went there with a blank check. I'm still learning about the disabilities and how to work with the athletes. I had never had any coaching experience before, so I had to really go back into my books, look into videos, just to see, okay, how do I teach someone how to kick, for example? How to teach someone how to pass, for example. I know how to do that, but to teach someone with an ID how to do it properly, those things, I really went back to the basics.
Yes, 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, rotate. 1, 2, and turn. Outwards, outwards.
Because they are intellectual disabled, so certain instructions need to be modified. You need to be simplified. You need to break down, you need to give clearer instructions, you need to give more demonstrations, and it's going to be a repetition. Although they have been playing football many years, but still the basic foundation or certain strategies, we need to repeat that almost like every training session so that it is ingrained with them. Most of the competitions that they have for the athletes, they have 5-a-side, 7-a-side. So when I went to Detroit, 11-a-side, there's this offside rule. They don't understand. They really don't understand. And it took us like, wow, I don't know how many sessions for them to really understand. Until I buy mannequins. I really buy mannequins and call them, this is Tom and Jerry. You cannot go across Tom and Jerry when the ball is kicked. So they managed to grasp the idea of offside. So scissors is play short. Paper means go corner into the center area. Stone is put the ball far away so that you get a long shot. Apple and orange. Apple means cross over to the left. Apple is L. Orange is R. I have to give this term so that they remember. Each of them have different character and different way of us to handle them. For example, this guy needs demonstration and this guy really need to speak in Malay, for example. And another athlete of mine is, I need to put the drawing board and then you are here, and you are here. This is where you move and this is where you move. So some of them I just say, your job is to memak him and that's it. And he can perform. If you give him multiple instructions, he will be like, too over me, he get lost. Or simple instruction that you as a defender, you get the ball, you just kick out. And when they can do that, yes, they will be able to play the game. Whether I have doubts myself as a coach, when we lose, sometimes we know when we lose the match, like, oh, what did I go wrong? Sometimes when we get partners who are from a very professional background, do they find my instructions lame or... But so far, wonderful. And you have given me the assurance that whatever that I do is, okay, I'm in the right track, not off track or not something that doesn't make sense. What I understand from my boys is they don't want to be treated different. They don't want to be treated as disabled. They want to be treated as I am the same as you. You and me, our blood is red, we are the same. There shouldn't be any segregation, there shouldn't be any discrimination. Yes, they have some challenges, but don't hinder whatever my progress because of my challenges. Because they just need time to adapt to be able to reach whatever goals or whatever expectation that you want them to be. They can and they will with determination.
The role of the partner is to be a buddy. These partners also love football, and this is an opportunity for them to volunteer their time but also do something good. So they are like a big brother, provide that kind of assistance and guidance to the athletes. You actually can't visibly tell an athlete from a partner unless you point them out. That is what the unified sport tries to do, to give the athlete with the disability an opportunity to play at a level of competition where people will not say that, hey, you are, So when we go for competition, there is no special marker to say I'm an athlete or a partner. That is a beautiful thing about this unified sport in the Special Olympics. There is no distinctions. I see quite a number of partners continuing to stay with us even though the competition is over, and that's a good sign because they found a bond, a brother relationship with many of the athletes already. When we walked into the stadium for the opening ceremony, I think the hair all stood on the back of our necks and so on. There was fireworks, there was drumming, there was singing, and these athletes were dancing. If you took the word special away from that, I think it was just like an Olympics. And I thought it was a beautiful celebration of inclusion. I think one of the highlights of our team was when we lost one of the games. I remember the team, quite a number of them cried and broke down. Our coaching team tried to emphasize not the winning part. And we have a motto that says, to be brave in the attempt. We constantly reminded them that winning is just a bonus. We don't forget our team spirit. We don't forget to pick up the person who is down, rally together, and then let's go on. The score is still 0-0. Let's go on. It's still 0-0. I think that was something which is etched into my memory because we actually brought these boys together and they actually stood together, both the ups and downs of the competition.
Winning is not everything, and if you do a good match, little achievement, we still celebrate. Small little achievement that somebody is able to score. The person with the lower functionality is now able to kick the ball correctly. We celebrate. Because this little success, step by step, they believe in themselves and they can do it. My vision for the team is, of course, they are able to play professional football or on par. For us to be able to be playing at their level is a wonderful achievement. Because back then we always have unified games and all that. But this time is really trying to experience the real football community. We are trying to challenge ourselves. It's possible, nothing is impossible. For me, I just want them to actually love the game, love football, don't give up. Football can just help you on the pitch and as well off the pitch.
Okay, concentrate on your role. You're not certain what you do, safety first. Kick the ball out. Okay?
What encourages me is that people have told me that I'm doing something good, which is worthwhile. So currently, I still find joy, find myself useful, I find myself being able to contribute. As long as I'm wanted, I'll continue. I'm probably old enough to be their father for many of the athletes and partners. I do play a bit of that role maybe. We try to bond them closely outside of the football. A lot of these boys are now going into national service, are going to starting families, maybe getting married. Quite a number have started new jobs. So they're going to take on new responsibilities. And hopefully whatever we try and teach them as in football and life, these values will be able to transfer with them. And then they see the partners and coaches as role models. We don't just want to play football and win, but we hope that they can be better adults contributing to society on their own.
Good job, good job, good job.
And we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. We won't stop dreaming.